Yeah, just thanks again, right? We really appreciate you being here. It's for us, year one is a year of learning and growing and failure and all of the things I think that go with that. So we're learning a lot about ourselves, and we're learning a lot about the league. The league is learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. You know, I think we're embracing just this imperfect journey I think that we're on in year one. I marvel at this team's, these are tremendous women of character and influence, and I marvel at their resilience, how they come to work every day, just the impact that they have that goes far beyond their sport is pretty phenomenal. They're amazing humans, and you know, we want better outcomes, and we talk about that a lot, but we also want to be pretty invested in the process. And if being a person of character and showing up every day and staying present in the moment is part of that process, then we're winning, and the results will come for us. I think we continue to believe that. So we're at this point in the season where nothing matters but the finals, and I still believe we can do big things. I think Atlanta is so very good. I thought they played so clean. We took some big rips, and they just kept coming back. And I thought they're playing exceptionally well.
Suzie, how do you feel about the way the team's playing heading into the playoffs next week?
Yeah, you know, we've had so many ebbs and flows with just lineups and injuries. Some of it's just been, we've been forced into trying some things and doing some things maybe a little different. I feel optimistic. It may be cautiously, if I'm being honest, right? Cautiously optimistic about what's in front of us. I think it's a pretty significant challenge going into it, but I know these women well enough to know that we're not afraid of that. And it's not going to take much, you know, for us to turn the corner. And we just feel like we've been right there for way too long. And whatever, you know, I think once we find that breakthrough moment, I think for us, I think we can go like crazy. I don't want to run out of time, I can tell you that.
And then, like, a couple times it seemed like y'all turned your back to start to celebrate the point too, but Atlanta somehow kept the ball up.
Yep.
What is that like to do that when the team keeps the ball up and keeps coming back at you?
As Suzie said, hats off, right? Atlanta is just a very tough team in terms of being able to score at will. They're the team that doesn't let you do what you want to do, and it's very frustrating to play them, but also we have a lot of respect for that style. So they have excellent ball control. They are in system often, and it just makes our life pretty hard. But I would say, yeah, to answer your question, it is frustrating. It is when you give your best swing or you try your best angle and it's dug. Of course that's hard, but that's volleyball at this level. So it's not about who can hit it the hardest or who can have the biggest block. It's who's got the most patience and who's going to take the opportunity when they have it. And I thought actually that was what was crazy about going into the third set. I felt we were a little bit defeated, but we were doing so many good things in the first and second set. We battled back from a deficit in the first. We were neck and neck for most of the second. And then that third set, they just had the mental edge. And unfortunately, I think we let our frustrations just take over.
How can you use this when you go into the tournament next week? You played Atlanta was the top team in the league by a few games too. I mean, how can you use playing them pretty close to go into next week?
Are we playing them first? Is that how that's going to work?
No,
we're not.
No
okay.
idea. We won't know.
Okay,
We
sorry.
won't
I thought
know
that was
until
the.
Sunday. You thought you just got some information.
Yep, I did. Yeah, no, I think the mindset is what Suzie said. We have nothing to lose at this point. We have extremely talented, physical, athletic people on our side of the net, and then we have equally on the other side every single night. That's why it's such an honor to play in this league, because there's just fantastic players on both sides going at it every night and going for it. There's a winner, there's a loser, and that's sport, and I guess that's life also. But we're really hoping to go into the playoffs with a, you know, screw everything that just happened. Let's move on, let's forget it, and let's go win it.
Suzie, what makes Kelsey Cook so tough on the other side of the net?
Yeah, I mean, she's an amazingly complete volleyball player. You know, I think what makes her tough is that there's no glaring weaknesses there. You know, she can just do everything really, really well. And she plays like a bro in the back row. you know, she plays like a killer in the front row. And so I think just the completeness, if you will, she plays really, really good volleyball for a really long time. And I think that's what makes her good.
How about Jordan's performance tonight?
I thought she was good. Yeah, and I love you know, there's a reason, right, that Jordan does what she does. And, but I think the competitiveness for her tonight, I think she was willing us at certain times to just find that next level. And she's so fierce. And it's so much fun to have her out there, right, doing that and competing in that way and watching her do that. And, you know, I think you look at her and you wonder how much joy is there, but that woman has a tremendous amount of joy that she plays with. And I thought she was trying to put us on her back there for a little bit and just, again, trying to find that next gear. And she's so good to have out there when we're trying to do that. She's special.
This wraps up, your season's not over too, but wraps up your games in Omaha too.
Yeah.
What's kind of your takeaway from your first year in Omaha?
The list would be too long, I think, right, in terms of if you're really looking at the whole experience, right? But there's no place like it. People tell you that, you know, when you're walking into it. There's no place like it. But the fact that we were embraced and the fact that we were supported and the fact that they're still showing up for us is tremendous. It's such an amazing volleyball mecca, you know, and it's been really fun for us to be immersed in that and be part of that. And we want to do more, you know, we want to do more. We want to show them what we're capable of. We want to find, right, that next gear, that next level. And I think we're proud of ourselves, honestly. In year one, we failed a lot, learned a lot, and really optimistic about what's to come. And being able to do it in this community is really special.
I mean, what's been your experience being in Omaha? You played elsewhere too. How was Omaha?
Yeah, absolutely what she said. Just a very knowledgeable crowd. I think that's my favorite part. You know, sometimes you go on the road and people are just, you know, watching the game. They don't really know what's going on. But, you know, here in Omaha and in Nebraska in general, everybody understands the game. They understand, you know, technique and skill, and they know when they're seeing high-level play. And I think that's what's actually brought people out to our matches. They know that there's Olympians on the court from many countries all over the world, and there's just not a lot of other leagues or even competitive leagues internationally that are going to offer that type of level. So like I said, I'm really just fortunate to be a part of it, and we've had, you know, a year of learning and growth, and I definitely wish we could have given more wins at home to the fans that have been so good to us. But yeah, we'll see you guys next year.
Love League One Volleyball.